So the day before came out, this was supposed to be an action survival game. All right? Action survival. And so it's action survival MMO, like post-apocalyptic zombies MMO situation.
Fellas, I went into this with an open mind. I steered away from all the videos, all the tweets, all the articles, everything that I really should have been looking at, but I decided to give the day before a fair shake, to let it speak for itself. And so it did. And let me just
To be clear, the graphics actually look really good, but like, you know, anybody can necessarily make a, you just take all the assets from the other games, but the graphics do look good.
say this may be the worst game I have ever played. Now here's the thing, it's gonna get announced, right? Because technically
Why is every time the MMO community gets something, it's garbage?
it's still in early access, but you have to pay $40 to have this experience. Do you see this nonsense you're looking at? This was my day one experience. Now, before you jump up and say, well, Cross, that was just day one. Surely it got better by day two. No, it actually got worse. This was after a patch went out. Like, I don't even know what the hell happened. A really cool bug is that sometimes when you log back in, all of your inventory and storage would be gone. Like, that's it. And you're probably wondering, well, what do you do then? You literally restart the game. Like, you start.
Excuse me? What? How do you let it go live with a bug like that? I feel like the developers are just like, playtest?
A new character, go through the tutorial all over again, and hope that your inventory won't bug out. And you gotta understand why this is such a big deal. The day before was one of the most wish-listed game on Steam in 2023. There were so...
Bro, I was kind of hyped about it, bro. Like, zombie survival, MMO, it's checking all of my boxes.
Many people tuning in on Twitch and elsewhere to see this game. And with all that anticipation, with all the rumors that swirled around this game for years, and with a $40 price tag, I present to you the worst game I have ever played. Now let me just take you down memory lane real quick. The day before was first announced back in 2021 when indie studio Fantastic dropped their first reveal trailer for their newest game. Now this game was initially advertised as an open world zombie survival MMO, which of course caused a ton of hype around the game to build.
Open world, zombies, MMO, boys, it's just us, you know what I mean?
After the game's announcements, months went by without any updates from the studio. Previously, Fantastic had only ever published much smaller games, especially in comparison to what they were trying to pull off with the day before. Those games being Prom Night, The Wild 8, and Radiant 1. Now this of course caused a lot of speculation. Some folks came out and said that the announcement trailer was in fact target rendered rather than actual real-time gameplay within the game's engine.
No, get out of town. They would never try to tease something that is way further advanced than the games they actually developed. No.
Then finally, the day before was hit with its first delay, partly due to legal battles surrounding the game's name. The developers also said they had decided to shift development of the game over to Unreal Engine 5, stating that the more advanced and adapted open world engine will make the gameplay of the day before even more fantastic. Okay. Now, the release window was originally set for June 2022, but because of this legal issue and the desire to upgrade engines, the game missed its first mark. Now, shortly after the news of the first delay, the studio received further skepticism as it appeared that they were looking for unpaid volunteers to help with its upcoming.
What? Excuse me? Hey guys, would anyone like to come work for free on this game that you gotta be kidding me right now. Hell no, I'm out.
Projects. Now, these positions range from translating to community moderating with the promise of participation certificate.
Imagine being, honestly, Pearl Abyss, that our CM team better hope that Pearl Abyss never sees this video. Are you telling me we could have these fuckers working for free? Hold up. Guarantee they're like, yo, hold up, we're laying off our entire North American branch. We don't listen to them anyway.
Certificates and free codes. Now, sometime after November 10th rolled around and the game was hit with yet another delay, the studio announced that they would be pushing back the early access of the game to December 7th. They followed this decision.
Okay, so this came out like 5 days ago.
The statement saying a full version release will happen when we are certain this is the best version of the game possible, and we believe that player feedback and involvement will greatly contribute to achieving this. The next-gen console version will also come with the full release. Now, currently, the game is only...
Brew, that's exactly what they did. They gave them in-game codes and stuff as payment. You know what that cost the company? Nothing. Nothing.
Only present on Steam for $40. Again, this is the early access version, with the full game release being $50 when it finally does come out. If it comes out, which I would be very surprised if it does.
He just unloaded an entire clip into this thing, dude.
Now, I'm going to preface this by saying that we've played multiple games, whether it's in beta, early access, alpha builds, pre-alpha builds. I've literally been in development studios and played developer builds of games, which, as you know,
that's
can
pretty
be
cool.
Pretty janky. The day before is beyond anything I have ever experienced. First up, let's address what they try to pitch this game as being: an open world zombie survival MMO. What is this game actually? It's an extraction shooter. That's literally what it is, guys. It's an extraction shooter with the occasional zombie. Now, here's the thing. Extraction shooters are obviously getting more and more popular. There is a market for it. You've got Tarkov, you got Bungie making Marathon, Hunt Showdown, the list goes on. Now, I'm gonna also say that I'm not necessarily that familiar with extraction shooters. They're not really my thing, but I love the idea of it, right? You go out there in the world, you face dangers, whether it's against other players or against enemy AI, you loot things, you get the best gear possible, you try not to get too greedy, and then you extract. You take that gear back, you then customize your loadout to even further, you optimize yourself even more, and then you go out into the world to do it all over. Here's the problem. There is nothing in this world. This city being New Fortune City, which is supposed to have danger lurking around every corner, was completely empty. For blocks, I would literally just be running, looking for somebody. And actually, when I saw a zombie, I would be happy. It's like, oh my God, a person. I would then proceed to gun the zombie down, which, as you see here, server quality is top notch. Eventually, they would die, and I would loot them, and they would have an assortment of things that really didn't matter. As threatening as the world is supposed to be, I felt none of that here. And what's so crazy is that the servers I was on were supposed to be slammed, yet I would roam around the city for 20-30 minutes and only find one person. And when I would find that one person, we would fight, and it really just came down to...
What was that? Did you see that, bro?
One person. And when I would find that one person, we would...
Look at this dude, is just kneel skating right now. Bro, we thought, honestly, never mind. Somebody telephone Jay. Our servers are fine. They look fine.
Fight, and it really just came down to which one of us the servers...
He died, dude! First time? We've been dealing with this for 7 years.
Decided to reward. I literally want to...
This is normal. Where's the bad part of the game?
Shotgun duel against somebody, which made no sense. He had me. Now, I'm pretty sure I applied some bleed damage and maybe that's it, but let's just be real, guys. The connection quality here is straight up ass. Online chess...
Nah, you out shadowboxed him. He's dead. Yeah, 1-0 bozo.
Has better servers than this. I can't stress how frustrating it is that when you finally do find someone to duel against, you don't even know if your shots are landing. I literally finally do find someone to...
You see his shots are ricocheting against the side of the van.
Duel again.
Look where his crosshair is.
You don't even know if your shots are landing. I literally had people on my screen who were sprinting while they were still
The sad part is, this is just a standard Saturday Siege experience, dude. This is... He's figuring it out for the first time. Look at him go.
How the hell are you supposed to hit that guy? You don't know what you're looking at. You could shoot him in the head, but it's actually body shots. Because on their screen, they're standing up. And on your screen, they're still crouched. I can't tell you how many times this happened. This was a reoccurring thing, especially after the most recent patch, which was supposed to fix some of these problems. What's even worse is that Fantastic has set up on a loop reoccurring gunshots around you. Now, in your mind, you're like, oh my God, I hear gunshots. That must mean people are around me. No, that's just ambient gunshots. That's just to make you feel.
That sucks, dude. Imagine like chasing these phantom gunshots for hours, dude.
Feel that there are people around you actively fighting each other or
Wouldn't that be so cool though? You hear gunshots in the distance of the city and you're like, it's like even if it's just a looter shooter and it's not an MMO, wouldn't it be such a cool game, bro?
zombies. That's not the case, guys. Those gunshots are literally just in the game to make you feel like you are in a live world. I cannot express how barren
He has not shot his gun and he's like times 4 speed.
Fortune City actually
Look at this dude.
The city itself is literally deader than the zombies that are supposed to inhabit it. There was like one time when I was inside of a bank where I had like 2-3 zombies rush me. I was like, oh my God, thank God. I'm finally getting some action. Can you imagine Will Smith and I Am Legend running around wishing he would run into zombies? But that's my experience playing the day before. Now there are looting aspects in the game. You can loot zombies after you kill them. You can loot cars. You can loot office cabinets and purses. None of those really have any good items. Most of those items are normally like quest associated items, which would
Yes, Division 2. You shut your mouth. This is an original game idea. No one's ever had this thought before.
just net you money when you get back to the settlements. The best items really just come from other players. And if the servers bless you, you may get a kill. I can't even say that getting a kill on these guys really felt satisfying. It was just like, okay, which one of us is actually going to get screwed in this encounter, because skill has nothing to do with this. Now, if I'm picking up loot from all these different sources, you have an option. You can either continue or you can go extract your loot. Now, there is a main extraction point, which will allow you to take everything in your inventory.
Okay. Is the extraction point PvPable? Because you are absolutely camping that
Backpack,
out of your mind.
There's also an extraction that like leaves behind your
exciting.
backpack, but it's like on a day and night cycle. And I don't know if this is something in other extraction shooters, but it literally depends on when you go there to extract. Now, I actually did an extraction. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go all the way because hopefully someone is gonna be at the extraction point, camping it, waiting to kill me. Dude, I looked everywhere. No one, not a single soul. And I wouldn't be hard.
Is that because no one was playing it or because it's just really poorly designed?
I've been on this game so much, but the fact that they're trying to come out here and say that it's an open world survival.
It was day one, bro. There had to have been people playing.
MMO? What? An MMO? How? In what world? In the entirety of New Fortune City, I've seen 2 people and like 4 zombies. Now, when you extract your stuff, you head back to Woodbury, which is the settlement and the main hub for all of you. And this is where you can go and actually store your stuff in storage.
The assets look good. The graphics look good.
You can buy more ammo. You can add some mods to your weapons. Hopefully you don't get a bug. Because there was a time I went back and there was literally nothing.
It's not something I would play long term, but it looks fine.
In my storage. Literally,
but like the servers are really bad. That's kind of a deal breaker for me.
Kits that I put
Also, the world being empty means it's not an MMO.
in storage amongst food and other items. When I came back, they were just gone. Now, some people claim that like logging out and logging back in could fix this issue, but like the last thing you want in an extraction shooter is to lose the items that you went out in the world to get. This
Servers had 32 max players, but after you leave the main HUD, I doubt there was 32 players. Well, the world is too big. Like the city is too big for 32 players to share and actually interact.
was a bug that hit me multiple times. All right, Cross, we get it. You had a terrible experience. Can you at least give us one redeeming quality? Was the gunplay at least good? Was the gun diversity good? Was your starting character?
I'm gonna bet no on the gun diversity because all he's had is like a generic shotgun and then like an AK-47 like the whole time. This looks like the most generic character creator I've ever seen, but you know what?
And their different associated builds and classes.
I like that guy. I like that guy.
Mean anything? No, it was all pretty much bad. Like across the board, guys, everything is bad here. Gun diversity is bare bone. Feedback from your weapons, even when you're landing shots on things.
Imagine I got him. What?
Was non-existent. There are some really cool weapons that you can
There's like a delay on it, like
purchase, but they're extremely expensive. And I'm sure somebody's gonna grind to get those things. But does it really matter if the person in front of you is lagging all over the place? Whether your gun is souped up or not, if you can't hit your target, it doesn't even matter. Honestly, the shotgun is what I had the most success with. And that's just because it's got some spread. The only thing in this game that I kinda liked was actually 2 things. Number 1, Abby's all right. Like the one redeeming factor at Woodbury. The other one is actually the settlement you get, which is really interesting. The developers here gave us a settlement that you can go inspect spec out.
Residence Bob?
You could build a
Who puts a sofa in here?
house at. It gives you a lot of different options.
Who
with the
puts a
starting
sofa
option
in a
just being
tent?
a tent, a dresser, a radio,
What is
and
that?
a couple other items. But this is like your personal pad, which I thought was cool. Now I have no idea if I can invite someone to my pad. Again, originally this game was pitched as an MMO, so if I was like spec out this place, make it amazing, could I invite my friends to come here? I'm not sure. But this was like the one and only thing in the game that I thought was pretty cool, or at least okay. But guys, everything else is as terrible as people speculated. And I had to say it too, because I really wanted this game to be good. But in its current state, the day before is definitely not worth $40. And I don't even know if the developers are going to be able to improve this game to the point where it's ever worth $40, much less $50 at launch. Keep in mind, Remnant 2 was $50. And look how much content we got out of Remnant. Such an amazing game and worth every penny. And
Yo, Maxzilla, thanks for the resub for 8 months, man. What are we gonna name the baby? Thanks so much, man. Welcome back. I appreciate that.
I would actually
Thank
pay
you so
more
much.
from Remnant 2. The day before, though, I think it's crazy that $40 is being charged here. And I know there's gonna be a lot of comments like,
It'd be so funny at the end if you went hashtag sponsored.
Cross, they literally stole assets from other games. It's literally the Division. Look, let me just say, I'm okay
How
with the
dare you.
developer coming in there and saying,
It
listen,
is a new idea.
we're gonna take a game concept, we're gonna refine it, and we're gonna make it substantially better, but draw inspiration from this game and that game. I'm okay with that. What the day before has done is they've drawn inspiration, but have made their game substantially worse than all of those games. And that's what blows my
It looks like the worst part of this is the servers.
mind here.
It really does look like the worst part is the servers. The guns, everything else can be kind of patched and fixed up, but like the servers
For
are
those that
rough.
think I'm just pooping on this game unnecessarily, please go play it for yourself then. Maybe you get a different experience than I got. Just make sure you stay within that 2-hour window so that you can get a refund. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.
All right, here's the video right here. I'll give it a thumbs up. Voluntarily sponsored. There's the video right there. Well, that's one of them out the window, boys. So, okay, don't play the day before. All right, got it. Check. All right. Oh, no. This was linked to me. It says, on Monday, it was announced the developer of Fantastic was closing its doors just 4 days after releasing the day before in early access. They just closed? Bro, hashtag rug pull. They just pulled out, boys. They said, thanks for the money. We're done. 4 days, collect that money, dip. But that may not actually be the case. According to data scraped from SteamDB, Fantastic appears to have changed its name on the platform to 8 points. Thanks to an uncovered Steam post from a Reddit user, Teneth, it appeared that 8 points was the name of the studio before it changed to Fantastic. Oh, they are 100. Oh, boys, they are trying to rug pull so bad. Refund. Boys, everybody get your refund. Oh my gosh. As of writing, all YouTube uploads as well as the Twitter account of Fantastic CEO Edward Gostev have been deleted. The latest update from Mitona is that it will work with Steam to provide funds to all the players of the day before who choose to request one. They also say they are in contact with Fantastic to discuss the future of the game. What do you think of the Imperial? Okay. Yo, this is crazy. They actually just rug pulled, bro. They're gonna make money off this, dude. They reused assets from a bunch of other games, made it playable, released it in early access, made a bunch of money. Rug pull, sure, you're gonna lose some on the refunds, but hey, you pay off your loans, you make a couple million, easy peasy. Dude, that's crazy. Bro, guys, do not pay for early access to games like this, man. Until you have confirmation that they're a finished game and that they're going to stick with it. They've been responding to people lambasting them online with shit happens. What, did they have a shit happen? Is that what they said? What is this? This is crazy. This is literally crazy.